What's going on, everybody out there, and welcome back to another episode of the Dark Avenger Halloween Fest special, covering a series a week until we hit Halloween. Last week we talked about Marvel Zombies. This week we're going to talk about DC Comics' answer to Marvel Zombies, DCeased. So a couple of years back, DCeased was released from DC Comics, and it was basically their version, kind of zombies without it being zombies. And it spun out several sequel series. But today we're going to focus on just the first volume of DC Comics DCeased. I truly enjoyed the very first volume of DCeased. Unfortunately, I have not had a chance to read a few volumes further on. So the plot of DCeased was Cyborg ends up getting taken by Darkseid, who uses Cyborg to access the anti-life equation. However, other people get involved and screw around with the anti-life equation, and through Cyborg use it to infect Darkseid. And basically the anti-life equation turns Darkseid feral. Apparently the anti-life equation turns living beings into feral animals. Literally clawing at themselves and then wanting to claw at other people and infect them. So somehow, without spoilers here, because you should read the first volume, it was really good, Cyborg makes it back to Earth. However, Cyborg is still carrying the tech virus of the anti-life equation. And the moment he crashes into a city, his technology reaches out to other technologies, phones, tablets, and whatever, and the anti-life virus or anti-life equation virus spreads, and the people start to get infected. And then throughout the series you have the heroes trying to find a cure, trying to survive the infection. Certain heroes get infected right away, other heroes get infected through other heroes. It was a thriller from issue number 1 all the way through to the final issue. We see Batman getting infected at one point because Nightwing and Tim Robin end up getting infected. Same with Damian. No, not Damian, I'm sorry. Same with Batgirl. Not Damian. Damian survives and actually becomes the next Batman, as Alfred, who is alive still because this is before Alfred died, Alfred ends up giving Damian his own version of the Batman suit. One of the most heartbreaking moments, though, in DCeased was when Superman, trying to stop the Flash, who gets infected, ends up getting infected himself, because to stop the Flash, who's running at super speed, he had to come the opposite way to stop him and ends up fusing with pieces of the Flash, thereby becoming infected. He says goodbye to his family, flies off, and then unfortunately doesn't get too far before the anti-life equation takes him as well. So this world falls to doom, and then we find out that there's a cure and Cyborg has it. However, Cyborg ends up being killed. So DCeased, just like with Marvel Zombies, does not end happily ever after. The world continues to fall into the anti-life virus as the heroes, the shrinking amount of heroes and survivors, continue to shrink more and more and more. And then, of course, there are the sequels that continue the series. I'm not talking about those here. We're here for just the first volume. I thought the first volume was excellent, great storytelling. It was a great answer to Marvel Zombies without even being zombies. It really wasn't zombies in this series. There was actually a cure that could have saved a bunch of people. And we got to see a lot of heroes fall, a lot of villains fall. It was very unique how some of them went. It was very sad how some of them went, ironic how some of them went. The story definitely kept you on your toes all the way until the very last pages of the series. Again, it didn't end happily ever after either, so it was a world that was doomed to continue to fall to the virus. Artwork was spectacular. The variant covers were awesome. The covers in general were awesome. It was a really awesome event. And if you missed out on it, the good news is DCeased has a box set with all of the DCeased series, the mini-series, the sequel series, all in one big box that comes with all the trade paperbacks, and it's very affordable. I would highly recommend, if you have the money, go check them out, or just check out Volume 1, see if you like it. If you do, continue the series. If not, I recommend it. I truly enjoyed DCeased. It was a 4.5 out of 5 star series for me, because no series is ever perfect. There are moments. I would love to give it a 5 out of 5. It was definitely one of my favorite dark minis to ever come out of DC Comics. And with that, that's it for this episode. Look forward to next week. We did a Marvel, we did a DC, which means at the halfway mark, we're going to grab something from the independents. And it's a big one. So stay tuned next week when we talk about that. But until then, as always, links in the description below for all of my social media, all the places you can find me outside of YouTube and inside. There are other channels. If you're new to the channel, click the sub button. This way I'm in your subscription page and you don't miss out on a single video. We have a lot of videos coming out on the channel, and as time moves forward, more is going to come. If you enjoyed this video and you want to talk about this book, feel free to leave a comment below. Till next time, everybody, take care. Keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see all of you really soon in the next video.